And how long you been in the business? What made you choose the car business? So what do you like most about selling cars? That's beautiful, man. That's awesome. I know this guy right here, right? And I just wanted to introduce himself to everybody. So who are you?
My name's Nels Bjornsson. I sell cars for Washington Hyundai.
He sells cars for Washington Hyundai, and you sell a lot of cars for Washington Hyundai, don't you?
When I can, yes, sir.
How many did you sell last month?
We did 14.
You did 14?
Yes,
how about
sir.
the month before that?
The month before that, I think we did somewhere in the 20s.
And how long you been in the business?
About a year and a half.
What did you do last March?
Last March?
Yeah, remember what you did last March? When I first met you, where was your hair?
Oh, way down here.
way down, right?
Yes,
And what
sir.
did you do?
We shaved it all off and donated.
What was the cause?
Cancer research.
That's right. And you promised the customer you'd do that, right?
Sir, I got a video of it if you want to see it.
Oh, maybe we can. That would be awesome. We'll do that. That's down the road. So tell me something. What did you learn? A year and a half selling cars?
Yes, sir.
What's one piece of advice that you'd give everybody wanting to get in the car business?
Never judge a book by its character. Or excuse me, never judge a book by its cover. Judge it by the contents of its character. You don't know how many people I might meet that aren't all suit and tied up like yourself, but are ready to go the same day.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So what was that thing you said, fabulous? What was it that we every time we bump into each other? Come on.
Friggin' fantastic. That's how I'm feeling all the time.
Friggin' what?
Friggin' fantastic.
That's awesome. So it's all about attitude, right?
I think so. You come in with a smile, check up from the neck up. That's how you know you're good to go.
I wonder where he got that from, right?
Come on.
That's beautiful, man. That's awesome. Thanks. Can you tell us your most, looking back at all the car sales, you have one favorite one?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Can you tell us about it?
I think I got to deliver the first Elantra N that ever came to the dealership, and that guy was pretty cool.
The first Elantra N?
Yes, sir.
Is that a specialty car?
It is.
And you delivered the first one?
First one with a manual transmission.
With a manual transmission? That was pretty exciting for you, huh?
Very exciting.
That's something you'll remember the rest of your car life, right?
Still remember it was a super deep blue.
All right. Another question. You've been doing it a year and a half. Do you have aspirations?
In the future?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To do what?
Long story short, I want to make a career out of this.
Awesome.
I think it's a good business to do so, and it's one of the things that keeps me fresh. Always learning. As soon as you think you got it down, boom, next year model comes out. You got something new to learn.
Oh my
I like.
God. So product knowledge is important, huh?
Very much so.
So if you were to think of the most important steps in the sales process related to automobiles, what would that be?
As far as customer comes in, sales process from there,
Yeah.
I'd say honestly, first thing, you got to know what you have on your lot. Second
Inventory.
thing, you definitely want to have your paperwork process down. So once the customer agrees to the sale, it's bing, bang, boom, get them into finance.
Okay.
And thirdly, obviously, you got to have the product knowledge too.
There you go.
This guy here gives you some good advice.
What advice would you give to people wanting to get into the car business?
At first, take it slow. Realize that there are going to be moments where, you know, you're going to understand you have a area to improve on. That's not a bad thing. That's just another level to exceed in.
Awesome. I like it. Nels, thank you. So what's your name?
Derek Cowboy.
How do you pronounce that?
Cowboy?
Cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And you live in the area?
I'm from Philadelphia.
You still live in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You're commuting to Pittsburgh from Philadelphia?
No, I'm living here now, but
Oh,
I'm saying
okay,
like I'm going to school here, so this is like where I'm staying as of right now.
So you're going to school?
Yeah, I'm going for my master's
Oh, and what?
in finance.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
And so this is a part-time or full-time job for you?
this is a full-time job.
So when do you study for the master's?
When I get home.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. So you're selling cars now.
Yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23?
Yeah.
Going to school, selling cars. And how long you been selling cars?
Oh, about 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So what made you choose the car business for 3 months? I mean, what made you choose the car business and go to school at the same time? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I was working as insurance accounting.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I loved it. That's actually one of my degrees. I'm an accounting major.
Oh, wow.
I left the job because I wasn't really okay with the work environment. I was jobless for 3 months, and I'm like, okay, I love cars actually. I know a lot about cars.
Okay.
So, and then I was looking for a car. I was interested in purchasing the car. I was going to the dealership. I'm like, man, I would love to work in the dealership. I always wanted to work in the dealership because I love cars.
Yeah.
I know a lot about them. So I started applying to dealerships. Ryan gave me a call one day, and here I am.
Can you recall the first sale that you made? Do you remember the first sale you made? It's only been 3
I remember
months.
my first sale. I mean, it was 2013 Hyundai Electron. So it was my first car. I was a little nervous.
Yeah, I guess so. So after you sold your first car, you said to yourself, man, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, this is pretty easy.
What made it so easy?
I mean, I just love talking to people. Some days you will have difficult customers, but that's just why I love the job, because it make it easier for me, and I know how to handle some of those customers some days.
Okay, when you say a hard customer, what do you mean by a hard customer? What's a hard customer?
Not like hard, you know, you will have some customer that will come in here that think that, you know, of course they do the research, but still, I'm a salesman, I know more than you're doing on the research. And, you know, they will come in here sometime with the pricing, especially on the used and new cars. It's like, there is nothing I can do about it, but I can try to talk to my managers to get you to where you want to be for your payment.
Right.
There's no need for you to be getting mad at me. I'm just trying to help you get to your payment, you know?
So you've been in the business for 3 months. I'm curious to see what you feel is the most important step in the sales process.
The most important step in the sales process. I mean, there's a lot of important steps in the sales process for me. I mean, the first important step is finding the right car.
And how do you find the right car?
You know, it depends on the customer that you get.
Right.
Some days I'll get customers that know what they're looking for exactly. Some days I'll get customers who don't know nothing about Honda vehicle.
Okay.
The first step is I'll ask them, are you looking for a sedan or are you looking for an SUV?
Okay, so you basically ask the basic questions.
Yeah, the
to
basic
figure
questions
out.
to see, you know, if you like sitting lower. Some people like sitting higher.
Oh,
So
that's a
then
good question.
It's an SUV we're looking for today. We're not looking for a car, so we're looking for an SUV.
Right.
Then I sort of show you, depending on your size, if you like bigger like me.
Yeah.
I won't put you in the HRV, you know.
Right.
We're gonna start looking at the CRV, then we'll look at the Passport.
Oh, I get you. That makes sense. Okay. So, in the 3 months you've been in business and dealing with the people that you deal with in the dealership, one of the key things that you learned about selling?
The key thing about selling, about being in business about 3
Yeah,
months.
first thing that comes to mind when you say selling, what do you think of? Selling! You know, what comes to mind?
A lot about selling, but the key thing for me, for me personally or for the customer,
For you personally.
I think for me it's making my customer happy. That's what's most important for me, and finding the right car.
Find the right car.
It's gonna be easier if you can find the right car for them
Absolutely.
and the color. If you have the exact, you will know how much easier, not it being easier, but like how much easier it would be if you have the right car.
If you have the right car. So let me ask you another question then. Of all the customers, when you discuss things with your customer, what do you think the customer's looking for in you?
For me,
Yeah, why do you think customers do business with you?
honestly, I never thought about that. I'm a really nice guy, man.
You're a really nice guy?
I just be myself. Honestly, be myself. So
I think that's important.
yeah, just be yourself, and
See, go ahead.
don't try to be who you're not. Just be yourself.
I think you're right.
I
because
think that's number one is be yourself.
I don't disagree with you because if you're not yourself, people can see right through that, right? So I would imagine that people that buy from you like you, right?
I would think so.
You would hope so,
I
right?
would hope so.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure all my customers would say nice things about me.
I'm sure they would too.
I think I treated all of them pretty nicely, and
I think the one thing that you said is be yourself. I think that's so cool.
yeah, be
You know?
yourself. You know, when I first started, it was like I was asking other salesmen, like, so how do you sell cars, you know? And Jim said, just be yourself. And that's honestly what I've been.
So you tried to be someone else in the beginning?
No, I was just asking to see what to do to sell cars so
Okay.
I can learn. Because
All
I
right.
didn't know anything. I had no idea about
So when you
selling
became
cars.
yourself, you started selling cars.
Just be yourself.
All right, man. I
You
love
can't
it.
be nobody else.
So you've been doing it for 3 months now. Derry, I didn't realize that you went to school as well. That's a heavy
Yeah,
burden.
I am. I'm going for my master's right now.
That is awesome. And I wish you all the best luck in the world.
Thank you.
What are you going to do when you get your master's? You going to leave the car business, or you going to stick with the car business?
I don't know yet.
Maybe become a manager or something.
I mean, obviously I want to use my degree. That's what I'm
Sure.
going to school for.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm either taking my CPA exam or studying
Wow.
for my, yeah.
Well, you're a pretty ambitious guy.
Yeah, I mean,
So let me ask you a question. I'll sum it up with one more question. I'm curious to see, what would you recommend to someone who wants to get into sales like you did?
number one, got to be ready for the hours.
Okay.
That's number one thing I did not
You gotta
never
get
get wrong
ready.
hours.
You got to get ready for the hours.
But I'm a pretty hard worker. So,
That's obvious.
and I play football, so I come from a,
So now you play football too? So you play football, you're a car salesman, you're going for your master's degree.
yeah.
Any more surprises?
No, I mean, just that I'm one of the best nose tackle.
You're one of the best nose tackles
in
in
Division 2 football.
Division C?
2.
2 in Division 2. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice to know you. Maybe someday I'll be reading about you. What happens if you become a professional football player?
I'm not gonna. I mean,
I'm not going to sell
try.
cars, right? We'll just run around with my degree. So the best advice you would give is just work hard?
Now work hard. So best advice would be is
Get used to the hours.
Not get used. Be prepared for the hours.
Be prepared for the
and
hours.
be yourself.
Be yourself.
Don't try to be anything you're not.
Yeah.
And treat your customer fairly.
Keep your customer fairly. I think that's good advice. Today we're in the dealership, one of the nicest dealerships in the country in Washington, PA. We're talking to a brand new sales team started in when did you start?
February.
February. What's your first name?
Chris.
Chris. And so you've been selling cars since February.
Yes.
What did you do before that?
ATM debit card processing.
ATM debit card processing. So what do you like most about selling cars?
People.
The people?
Yep.
So you get along with people, I guess.
Oh yeah. Meet new people every day.
Okay. So would you consider yourself a people person?
Absolutely. More than I ever thought I would.
Okay, so you've never sold a car outside of coming here.
Correct.
And how many cars did you sell last month?
10.
10 cars, not bad.
Yeah.
So that's about average for this dealership, right?
Yes.
Then you got some sales consultants who are just crazy, been in the business a long, long time.
Right.
Right? So what's your favorite thing about being in car sales?
Just the relationships you build and just making sure your clients are satisfied and just make sure everyone's happy.
Okay, if you were to think of a habit that you have that helps you to sell cars, what habit would that be?
Just listening to what your customers want, their needs, wants, desires, future plans, and then you plan it out from there.
Oh, that's very good. I like that answer. How do you overcome customers? Well, I'm not going to say resistance, because I don't think you get a lot of resistance, but customers' apprehensions maybe or concerns. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, in today's market, you don't get a whole lot of resistance just because, you got to scoop them up while they're there.
Okay.
But a lot of, maybe some resistance to like hybrid technology, some customers that might not know what it is or how it works, especially in this area.
Right.
So once you get them in the car, drive it, and they know how it works and how it benefits them, I think they, make a big impact there and they like what they have.
Awesome. So you've been in the business for a short period of time, obviously.
Yes.
What do you feel is one of the most important steps?
Just getting to know your customer. You have to know what they use their vehicle for, like their future plans. Are they close to retirement? Do they have kids? What are they buying the vehicle for? Is it a long-term purchase, short-term purchase?
Are there any specific questions that you would ask your customer in relation to the vehicle they're interested in outside of those personal questions, which I think are very important as well?
Yeah. What do they like about the vehicle? What do they like about their current vehicle? What don't they like? And then try to match them up from there and go from there and figure out what best fits them, even if it's a vehicle they haven't thought of.
And I think that's one of the reasons you sell so many cars. I love this business.
Yeah.
It was great talking to you. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Oh, go get them.